Look closely. This is a claw that can drink, and after drinking and eating, it will grow up. Next to it grows a small claw. What's even more frightening is that, after a day it grew to the size of an adult arm. Coming to the beginning of the story, David is a total loser. 3 years ago he found out that his children were not his own. To add insult to injury, he was disowned, without a job and in debt. He developed a special fetish for picking up trash. One night he found a claw on the roadside, picked it up and looked at the softness is still very good, so he immediately returned home. Take out a bottle of wine and drink it up. Maybe this bottle of wine is relatively high degree. Confused, he accidentally knocked over the bottle of wine. At this time he found that the strong wine just poured on the claw. The claw was absorbed quickly. This is too amazing, right? Intoxicated, he decided to study the claw tomorrow, so he carefully put the claw in the refrigerator. The next day he found that the claw had disappeared. After searching for it, he found the claw had come to the floor. It was relaxing in the sun. A small claw had grown up next to it. David reached out to touch the paw. The claw actually shook hands with him in a friendly way. What's even more incredible is that, within 24 hours, the paw, it grew an arm again. Obviously, this is not an ordinary claw, but David couldn't figure out what it was. So he put it in the freezer again, and put a lock on the freezer. This time the claw will not go around it. A few hours later, David heard a loud bang. He rushed to the storage room to check. He found the freezer latch had been broken. Opened the freezer. The claw was also missing. At the sight of the broken window, David thought the claw had left it. Later in the evening he heard another noise from the storage room.
I got a big fucking gun here!
David cautiously came to check, opened the freezer, but saw an incredible sight. The claw had grown into a monster, hands still clutching a handful of hair. The floor was covered with blood. Follow the blood stains all the way to see. There was a heart on the table. Just then there was a knock on the door. Opened the door to see 2 police officers. It turned out that David's ex-wife had died. Her heart had been ripped out. He was very happy, but in front of the police, he still put on a grief-stricken face. After the police left, David, who was in a good mood, turned on his computer. He was about to watch the movie. Suddenly the door of the warehouse opened quietly. David saw through the reflection of the screen that the claw turned into a monster ran out. David slowly turned around. The monster that was drinking water suddenly turned its head. To David screamed twice. Scared David fell to the ground. David was very scared. The monster ran to David's side. It seemed to be very friendly. David got up the courage to help the monster take a picture. Seeing the monster did not want to hurt him. It also gave the monster a name of Jerry. They became friends. After David cleaned the blood and heart from the vault, he then took Jerry to watch a movie, and Jerry was still very much engaged when he finished watching the video. Just at that moment, a phone call sounded. It turned out to be a call from a debt collection agency, but David was so poor that he didn't even have money to eat. How can he pay the debt? After a big fight with the collector, David hung up the phone. Forced to live under pressure, David had to come back to the streets to collect garbage. Today is a lucky day. David had just left the house and found $20. Just when he thought he could improve his food at night, a pickup truck not only almost hit him, the driver even got out and yelled at him. Then the driver took off, but what he didn't expect was, that night, Jerry got the pendant back from the pickup truck, also brought back with the driver's indescribable parts. After taking care of these things, David found that Jerry had disappeared again. It turns out that Jerry had rushed to a collection center thousands of miles away. Not only did he kill the collector, and brought her tongue back with him, all the people who had offended David, Jerry had killed them all. Peaceful days seemed to be short-lived. The day 2 cops came to the door again. It turned out to be the death of his ex-wife's 2 children. After giving a bunch of useless clues, David sent the police away. David went to the warehouse. Sure enough, Jerry was standing there with blood on his face. Next to him were the heads of his ex-wife's children. Soon after, David was arrested by the police. In prison, David always believed one day Jerry would come and get him out. End of story. If you like this story, like, comment, follow.